Sam Altman talks about it every time he gets a mic in front of his face, except obviously they didn't talk about it at the recent hearing, but overall, you have people like that who understand the trend is that you're headed towards a society that work is no longer mandatory.
Right. The reason that socialism and communism have issues is that it's about personal labor. And my personal labor has value, and thus I want value out of that. However, if my personal labor is not needed, okay, then that AI replacing work is not it transcends the ideas of capitalism and socialism and
Yeah,
communism.
these are now outdated
These are
completely.
completely outdated modes of thinking, completely outdated. Because when we reach a point where work is okay, so we have to define the relationship
So
of work and labor as well, and we'll
the
have to
concept,
redefine that.
if I could chime in here, the concept is that we're headed towards a society where you no longer need to work and there is no longer as much work, right? So in a society now where you have to work to live, for most people to actually have food, you need to work, you need to, get off your butt, all that, right? When that is no longer possible and you need to work to live, you are going to die, right? That's not going to work because it's going to be a scenario where there's a lot of political pressure as well as physical threat to the people who have the power to change this. Like they already did some of this with the COVID bucks, right? You you got some money to like ease some of the problems. Now, obviously, that didn't help for a lot of people because it wasn't much. But then people got PPE loans and took advantage of that, and that saved a lot of families. Also led to a lot of corruption, obviously. But my general point is that they're going to have to take measures in order to make sure that people aren't in the streets trying to burn everything down. That's the worst possible scenario for everyone involved. If
We're
they
not,
starve us all, then they don't get to eat either because
yeah,
the
it's not in
infrastructure is
their
not set up
interest.
for that. Yeah, they need us in a lot of ways. So I wouldn't worry too much about all that. Another thing that growing back to the land was talking about is that with UBI, you can have work. You just have your bare minimums taken care of monetarily, and if you're responsible with that, you're gonna be fine, right? Then you, on top of that, can find a way with your time to make more money. And there's going to be a lot of weird ways to make money in the future. I don't mean that in a bad way.